to them.
Mothers 102.7 SO and some for and you may was also croje mantam din sending na musa numei yet na say and jibre and fan so musa kasia Baatan Mothers FM 102.7 SO saso so near demutafa e wo TV ne so dia ay Mothers TV e twegu e wo ho aba fontin time feed in Facebook Mothers 102.7 dash Accra wo like wa comment wa share eje amma mebri pe me beje bra kenkan eje amma and sama eba enanwume edoso ebi ene se ye bebo ewemu ewo ECOWAS court na honom na me no ka say de atemofo tena asem so no eno enka ne temuafo panyi ma me Gertrude araba sabasa kitokonum na isa wo kodan wo mo no wo mo abo atu egu
Yekom rasebedwem so no mokọ asetena na ensema epie ho efa kosa na ne yesi ebebusa mpanyimfo bia wo mo no ese obam rasebedwem edi anu yie ba na tan ba ko Ministry of Finance and asembisa no ye de bo wo mo
Mena wakase dia entity akọ edia mamanta masoafo se wo monje santete titiriu ewo emra foforo ye dia ba e bambo mu se ne be ya wo soso wo mo kọ wo manta mu masa entity no wo mo dia akọ ama motemamfo
Wodo any etremo KNUST and primpran ye kase die 75th anniversary celebration wapa ho to mama mpanyimfo e da so cool na no eni mpokro ra e wa santimante mo no so akasa
Abusiafo ensemi ana ensaman kai bi ana enwumre yetna se agebresa personaka for ede asomo se kase Baatan o Mothers FM ne Mothers TV eso aba puntinten fidie ne Facebook ye twegu ewo honom asda PSA en confirm KASE3 Ghana Limited wo madama ena mu pia ye mahunu dwam asomo wo sompa opa asase a ma so sembia eni ho langa de sembia eni ho asase eho edwo asase insuo to a enyirin fa wodia brabeje ewo KASE3 Ghana Limited esan say wo nkwa na wonsase no wo betua te se na wo tususu wo tua 10% eto ase a na enka ni na 90% enka ni na no wo beto na enkakra bo hu say wo tua we kwa asem de wo hu say wo tua no na guso esi wo dan wo mpa we na opedien enti brabeje wasase ewo KASE3 Ghana Limited apart from numre ayeme Nana Aba Echiba Mene.
Ekwi akode yebo asare.
Afi Jebre, ne enshe ensem na se emfa ema.
Mothers FM, yes somo sompa.
Yes, ensem na se edi ama odi ani eboremu ewo ECOWAS court eno ewo oman Nigeria emu. Ye na nim se ebri kakra ni wo man Ghana mu ase. Na eye enka ne tomafo penyi a wodi ajejefo ni wo man Ghana mu ase. Mame eye Araba Esaba Gertrude tokonu wo kire se man penyi wan famra kwan so energy ni dibre fini nsem eni nti wote asepa enye yi. Oye yesusu de na kire se enti tebri asem no ekopie mo court ahodo bebre nya wo manga ni mase be wi ase wo kire se Ghana ha se no esansa aban foforo e na aba enti mpanyimfo na edi asem ni so nti no wo tebri fi o manga ni mase se wo maga na temuafo eni na asem mfa ma no eni nti akọ asem mpanyimfo monye na asemi ewo mo na mpanyimfo kotena asem no so dia emprempren wo mo so mo de matemu aba emontene eso na nipa nso mo tena asem no so wo mo kire se ma amejai Uni case kwakwa uni asembia asema odi bedan no enyinam na kwan bia so obi be say it doesn't hold water ensure nim chese wo so apete say empty emu chese hwe bibi anim esansa wo hwe amamumra 1992 constitutional o man Ghana edi akekere wo ho na mampanyi kura no won so emro so eni ti wo hwe mu a sa amamumra na ena mampanyi enam so edi asem no eni ti prempren de wasem de ye ebu atu egu wo kire mpo se eyade a maame esanso bisa se se yetumi afa kwambone so etu nti no wo je 10 million choppable dollars edi free Ghana aban ho no na nto mo kire se se wa asem no nsuo bi anim nti no se iska no kura so enya de a wonsa betumi aka eni ti prempren de nsem no ECOWAS court abo atu egu na sansem ni na no deputy attorney general owura Dr. Srem Sai wono eno de sansem meto abefo ntintan fidie no so a na wo kire se ekwan nam so ema atemuafo enson a wo mo ECOWAS court mo bo asem tugu inde wo man hyeda amfa emu njemu na ama metudwa na mom no wo ka ne se maame tokonu ne se mo be down no enya de a wo mbetumi edi nti prempren de yabo na asem no etwegu
Yes ambo Mothers FM.
Abusaye guswachi na mu wa emra ho nsemu edi a enya nche biara enanu kwasi ada ewo kwabenya emonte ne eso enye tututuo enye etuo tu na watoto sa ebi kwa mpo kire se ebi tutu ya 48 ebi se ebi tutu ya 58 si se ye hu ne dodo mpo ebi so kire se 15 ebi se 14 si an dodo kra eye sen ye nhye da ehu ne dodo na mom no ye nima ne se etuo ekasa ya ebe wi ase na lawyer Sarah Adwasafo brebi na na ma shebe de mama mfo a wo mo ewo dome kwabenya won se akua honom no de so no owo ote honom kama ni fie ni a ni fie nsusu nie na che se no nakopɔ ne din mafo fisa anda na wokɔ asɔre wankɔ asɔre nke tuo de bi kan no eni nti no se tuo yi ekasa asa no ene na akɔkɔ ense bebre na ewo oman Ghana mu ase ya dodo na ekasa wo ho eba ne sa ne de na soafo a wo hwɛ efisɛmba mo ho so ewo man mu ase onumonyamfo mu ntaka Mubarak Muhammad wo so konso kasem esanse wono ene ba ne bambon sem ewo fie mu hase di a eda na bem ene nti prempren de wo kire se eyade a firearm licenses ahodo a amount for the security services ne wunya ewo ne sanse wo hwe na kantanka security service no wo mu dodo na no tutututu no enti wo mu kwapo de yaba ne wo mo ene da nchen a na akọ nkatebone akwasa nkatepa ni na kire se emprempre no firearms securities ni no emprempre de o license no yaje free o nsam na wolmonyafo Mubarak echemu se wo pese wunya license to me krata e be di mu akire se wei betumi kuretuo edi anasa abo amanfo ho ban a chese wo sankoye entete sa entete no behwe wadwene mu se wo yare bi wo wadwene mu a enda chance so a yebehwe se wo eduboni bi afra widie mu ana se ebi enimu ne asanso ede wafa entete pam se ne yebeya ekodubre bi se asimesi abenten wa mama broken heart yanse broken heart na kesi mu ape na chese watwetuo na wo bu obi tuo de na chese ebe ha adwene papa safo no ye ntimi emma wo mu etuo enkra eninte wo se yesanso ede mo fa entete mu ntimpempren de ade firearms institutions ni na German licenses at the free Munsamai, one more sounds of Eco training, and some say another two drop.
Followers that come forward to register sidearms or firearms are now using them to commit suicide. In the last 2 months, we've seen increase in such individuals committing suicide with firearms that are registered. Because of that, from this afternoon, all permits that have been granted to any individual that you are holding a sidearm or firearm is hereby revoked. We are revoking that and we are opening a window where everyone will have to come forward again to register or to re-register the gun because we've changed the procedure. We've realized that there's a short gap in the registration procedure that we'll be using.
Na no ensi wa kire se ade o mosanso e de nkrata yi beto monten so se obi a wonnim se tu ekura wo no wonni ehun nkrata bia na fatuo ne bra wo se bi mo firi mo pem de ebae enda nchen so wo mankasa so etisi monten eso na manfo so mo kitekite tu a wo mo ni hun nkrata so wo mo sisizi na eno na mo keka bo anu na kire se ebebro empemie 2000 bro sample ntisa etuo ni nan amaboabo no more than 2000 firearms in no wo mo betweja tum wo de begu ho ehwe petrol kerosene diesel wo kani na bomu na wo tweja tum na wa hye no sade be ya wo koba bioma one sanko factu a emra kwan so wo ebe bobo amanfo tu a wo onkita tumi krata bia ewo
Organize the 8th armed destruction ceremony on Thursday 9th of July 2026 at the police depot Tessalon, Accra at 10 a.m. At this event, over 2,000 seized and surrendered firearms will be destroyed. Let me also emphasize that the private security organizations are prohibited from possessing or using firearms in accordance with Regulation 13 of LI 1571. What we've noticed is that people come forward to register private security organizations. We grant them the permission, then they take individuals within their organization to register firearms as though they are using it for self-protection.
Mothers FM, yes, some pa.
Enti Ghana interior minister Olmunya from Muntaka Mubarak Muhammad nene ene kokoti no.
Enem rasebedwen for kwa setina. Na mokwa asetina ne nim se enra dey e bra mokwa asetina ne nsemfo bebre e na ba abonten ekowi ase no ministers enson asan yo moda no no eso mba rasebedwem na question e begusom no beyi ano efise na etwetwe rasebedwem fo bebre ano na se ba ko a Wamo de beto apono so Ministry of Finance. Na enomoko asetina no enononyamfo Isaac ya opoku. One mrasebedwani ema manfo wo offense south wa santimantem. Wogina CPA so wasi wo buso. Se wo hwe cocoa border. Wama supply wo eniema ne akade omo hia ema wo mpo omo dua cocoa no ebe koso akototen no. Akwa se eka ewo ho enkrofo sika so bepem nei bepem 2021 ba 2024 no ye ntia wo moka entu obusa se eden na swefo hwe o my Ghana sika sem so sa atena ye no omo ye afa ho na question beto opono so ape na ranking member Food, Agriculture and Cocoa Affairs Committee. On was the Deputy Minister of Finance on Monyamfo Thomas Nyako Ampem and was so so and was say obetimi de nsa esinibu aka se eka no ometuatua bia na impompanyin fo moda cocoa board no ebetimi adi ho adanse enchemo de ba yini
Speaker, the gold board purchases and aggregates gold principally from the artisanal and small-scale mining sector through licensed buyers operating under the gold board licensing regime. As at 31st May 2026, Gold Board had licensed a total of 1,184 buyers, including 2 aggregators, 67 self-financing aggregators, 736 Tier 2 buyers, and 379 Tier 1 buyers. Under the term
Wey ayon monyam for Thomas Nyako Ampem was answer was also a December bontain. Our say Ghana Cocoa Board. That's a wusha about $74.5 million EBSika. And yes, agrochemical. And then your mom would the cocoa board no. Obeti miaka so metimi creation and also metimi chia. And no beti yamu wa he ha wo mopa. And no ensem any.
Mr. Speaker, Cocoa Board procured excessive quantities of fertilizers and agrochemicals beyond its financial capacity between 2021 and 2024. This mismanagement of Cocoa Board finances made it impossible to pay the suppliers by the previous management of Cocoa Board. For the 2021-2022 crop year, a total of $455.7 million was procured. Meanwhile, $312.8 million was provisioned in their budget. The agrochemicals procured for the 2021-2022 season were not paid for, but Cocoa Board continued to procure additional quantities in 2022, 2023, and 2024, all of which were above the budgeted amount in each year.
Kwano and a deputy finance minister when Monya for Thomas Nyako Ampem esa ekasaye ne kasaye mo dioka nanse we efa eye gold board any ma pa mo beso mu na say gold board krano etimi aboa mo man Ghana sikasem efa cocoa board and afa gold board no etimi agina brane saying eno tremu fire.
Speaker, the Gold Board purchases and aggregates gold principally from the artisanal and small-scale mining sector through licensed buyers operating under the Gold Board licensing regime. As at 31st May 2026, Gold Board had licensed a total of 1,184 buyers, including 2 aggregators, 67 self-financing aggregators, 736 Tier 2 buyers, and 379 Tier 1 buyers. Under the terms and conditions of their licenses, these buyers are required to purchase gold exclusively from licensed miners for onward sale to the Gold Board. Mr. Speaker, from January 2025 to May 2026, the Gold Board purchased a total of 135.843 metric tons of gold, of which 135.221 metric tons were sourced from artisanal and small-scale mining sector. Mr. Speaker, last year, 2025, the Gold Board cumulatively purchased, aggregated and exported ASM gold totaling 104 metric tons, which generated in excess of 10 billion United States dollars for the country.
Monya for Thomas Nyako Ampem on the deputy finance minister ne any kuti.
Ya more mo yegusearch na mo wabambo eho ensem emu na national security mpanyimfo na mpempem mo de dwumadi bi akoso na ekoso ma hwenfo anaye se ekoso ede amantem asoafo se wo mo emfasa emrai enchechire wo mo ho wo munhia ne ye papa side ye be ya woni mmra wo ntwomra woni mmra wo ntwomra intine wo mo enhia emra fofre ya ye de aba obambo enhyehyedie emu na COP Osman Abdul Razak won no di ntitie no anim na wo twa se ade Security and Intelligence Agency Act 2026 Act 1168 no eno na mbaba gina so de a kire sene ebe ya National Security Management and Governance no emu etumi epeja na emu peja sesen sene ebe ya mantem aso afo no wo metumi di omudwuma ne sene sene fata na nkwankwa yesa omo ni mmra ne pa na so no moto mmra obi wo so ye so afo pa so mmra no wonim nti no wona kasa be fom mmra enti obi so fom mmra no sa na wonim se ne pa na afom na se won fom ye enti wo kye se omo usua a kire wo mo sene be ya wo motumi edi akọ mantamu akakọ kire sene be ya Richard Security Councils no wo motumi edi santete akakọ ma wo mo na da chi bia no mantam ho so timamufo so enya esomfa so no bibiara anto emra e wo oman gane mu ase.
This training forms part of a deliberate, structured national effort to modernize and strengthen Ghana's national security governance architecture. The National Security Reforms Program is anchored on 5 key objectives. 1. Modernizing our governance framework to reflect constitutional democracy and an evolving threat environment. 2. Aligning our security architecture with constitutional provisions and international standards while strengthening institutional coordination. 3. Enhancing oversight and accountability across our security institutions. 4. Building of capacity at national, regional, and district levels to implement the Act effectively and lawfully. And finally, developing a coherent regulatory framework to give the Act its full operational force. Honorable Ministers, you occupy a critical position within this capacity building agenda. The Regional Security Council is where national security policy meets the lived realities of our regions. As chairs of your respective RECs, and let's know that the RECs are committees of the National Security Councils as per the 1992 Constitution.
Ne kwa mu no manyamfo mu ntaka Mubarak Muhammad wono so ed ensem to dwa ojumedi ase a wo kire se ade asoafo no wo nhwe na mo ma meye party sem biara ewo eye bambo mu nsemu obi wono mpa na se san so asoafo ntino na ban na wotumi ntina che se wo ma security services no wo ma mu ye adwuma bia ensen fata na che se wo do mu ye obi be se include dwuma wo kire se ntwaye ya chere wasane dia na chese wodi brother sha beje fi unsem and was say wo bibiara eni emra kwan eso.
It is not an easy thing, but that is why we are insisting all of you to be very mindful and know that you will have to be careful about arbitrariness. You cannot just be arbitrary with your actions. Unlawful operations or partisan use of the security institutions have no place within this program. Many times, people will call you, we are now, it looks like we are not in control. They want you to be using the security apparatus anyhow.
On mana from Wintaka Mubarak Muhammad, Nene and Kokoti.
Ewa Santimante mu sukuu ba kwa ewo Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology Trinity KNUST na ene bi kura so kateke na eno na 75th anniversary celebration wapa wontoma no na vice chancellor Emma sukuu no Professor Mrs. Rita Akosua Dexen etimidi ensem bi ababonten na isa wokan na ne say we potokas beka se Beneza this how far the Lord has brought us. Ma minsem kan na se KNUST atetim panyinfo bebre na wonne panyi a Ghana ye anthem ayeto ye nara ya asasi ni na wo fi a wo de asoso amame efrem amo na nyom ensema ewom no eye adwene se bebre na sukuu yi o matimi apie fi akwakoy in particular e wo man Ghana mu aseyi ye ntie ne nsem.
As our father Ephraim Amo said in the famous Yenarai Assassini, many have poured their all into what KNUST is today. It is now our turn. How are we responding to this charge? As we launch this historic celebration, let us all rise to the call of destiny. May KNUST continue to stand as a beacon of knowledge, a citadel of innovation and service to Ghana, Africa, and the world. Let us pledge that the next 75 years will be marked not only by excellence, but by eminence and prominence as we carry forward the torch led by our founding fathers in finding solutions to the many problems of humanity. And Chancellor, I cannot take my seat without thanking, on your behalf, Professor W.O. Ellis, former Vice Chancellor and Chair of the 75th Anniversary Committee. And
na asante hene ana asante mante mukrowura wotumfo osetutu ababio anya oni fa ne King Solomon no ojimedie na se wono so ye chancellor Emma KNUSC wono so den semba abonti na enso to ye toyo KNUSC bi ko yiri fa wo mo enti otumfo nsema wo kan na sempanyimfo emfa ne matonto akwem se ne be ya enso yiri ya ebe sukuu no ye nte asembo ne bia emfi ho no mfa bibia so ntoto akwem.
But I have a concern here about infrastructure. If it is still flooding and we still cannot control it, my engineers, please help me. It all borders on waste management and education, but I know that my university should be able to tell us where to dump what, plastics, wherever, because we train people on all these things. So please help me to resolve these problems, because other than that, the whole Ghana is going to be engulfed with water and flooding. As Chancellor, I'm particularly proud of the university's commitment to relevance. In an ever-evolving global landscape, KNUST has consistently demonstrated the capacity to adapt, innovate, and lead. The university continues to uphold its founding mission while responding boldly to the demands of the 21st century. Anniversaries such as this are not only moments of celebration, but they are also moments of reflection and renewal. It is therefore with great pleasure and a deep sense of pride that I formally launch the 75th anniversary commemorative book. May it serve as a lasting source of knowledge, inspiration and pride for the entire KNUST community and the next generation. Thank you very much.
Mothers FM, yes, some pa.
Otumfo osei tutu ababio ne ene kotie ye no.
Ya moremu won finfin mantam tew na yedu ho no dia se na sensu to tutoi se ama dojuwa na ho aka adwam pa ye san se na me ensantem nsu atwa ma chese odwumu Cape Coast ne mountain so dia nsu ejiri afa manfo adan na se omunya baby enfa omuti ento na ina kokowwe mu se amanfo dodo na nesisi adan esi nsu akwan mu enda nchenso so a adan ni bi wo no so a shada nya hoden enti dodo na ho aka empanifo dodo na sorry waka ntichu ene Cape Coast Metropolitan no omo chese omo ntimi ntina woto so no not no penny owo ewura kwasi Dawood ena wo chese nipa ensia ena ahwere wo mo enkwan wo sare ho semi emu na adan so dodo na ba edu enwotwe na eho aka ma chese emu dodo so eprepra enti prepre de omo sorry waka aya adwuma no yentie ne nsema wo de tudwa
internally displaced persons as a result of the 58 building collapses, as well as families of those the fatalities were recorded. So far, we have recorded 18 fatalities. Cape Coast alone has 6. 5 from building collapses, 1 from drowning incidents. These 18 fatalities are as a result of building collapses, drowning, mudslides, falling trees, and other unfortunate incidences. 18 souls have been lost sadly. So we appeal for humanitarian support in the form of food items, maize, rice, gari beans, cooking oil, canned.
Now, Kwesi Dawood anusi apenso so ena mayor ewo Cape Coast Kropono emu ewo for George Justice Arthur. Wana so eden sam to dwana wache mu se wo hwe adan na kire se ehu baby esi no enya papa enye na adan so enhye den nya hoden a omo kenken komani a bako eduonum enwotwe 58 and sa adan ni nyina no ye bedwiri egu na etumi ahwe ama wo ma ni permit nya so ye mo wi ho kwan e ma ni sidan ensi bebia ensese osidan ewo.
And I can actually confirm that there are old buildings that are collapsed, and Cape Coast has about the 58 building is for the whole central region, but in Cape Coast, we have about 8 buildings that are so far collapsed. Honestly, we are enforcing our bylaws, and this thing happened just last year, and we lost about 3 lives, elderly persons. And Assembly from that time took a robust decision in respect to how best we can also preserve some other buildings and demolish some other buildings. But naturally, the buildings are old. You know, Cape Coast, if you know Cape Coast very well, most of our buildings are very old. Some are 120 years, some are 100 years. Some buildings were built in tandem with the monument that we have in Cape Coast Castle and other forts. And so...
no, I am mayor our Cape Coast on for George Justice Afa Nene and Kokotien.
Now watch miensa entemuni enya ntia se wodo ani ekyerem wo North Industrial Area won kana pumpuni mantem ha say na se aveno abronsan yesi watimi adweregu na mprempren trenfo so mo kan nan se no mnim se mpanyufo o ma be kra ho na se bia kototin e de ama wo mo bepem nei o mo hu hwe eno akwakoye strobi na de ahye o mu ewi se nadbofo be yi o masotre se wo mo twen permit no ma dri ne ma ni na de so mo yifu obi no ma yi afiri ho na trenfo so mo kan nanse say no wodo ani teme bia edan bu egu pa na de atia nete empanyifo nyo madwen so ba bedwiri ana so ba beprepra ho eyi bibia afiri ho eno akoma stro ene de ahye mu ahwa na yo ne kese asasi e won kra pompuni mantem ha.
I can't speak anything about it too, because media we are mechanic here around. We saw this building. I was in house then as I hear say the building was collapsed. So I don't know what exactly happened before something happened like that. Oh, this one there, you see, Nadbo came here. Me, I don't know anything about building. So they came here. So I can't tell you say if you could calm down or if you leave them like that.
So for how me knew me to coin and me buy and me will fear na me bra friend say building na e be me no I collapse to me stop na me buy a stop ne kra man be hu container ne ana me niama ne wo ho no me buy o ma yi ni niama ni nyina ko man hu obia so anka hwin kra me niama ne de edos before me to coin ne de scanner e kita me na me see me to coin ne ba me nyeska wo me santi scanner me kita na me de ni nyina akwafa niama.
Na ewasa ensem mu en krapumpuni mantem has said Nadmo director ha one also the same say eneba bonte.
Yes, we have to undertake series of legal issues, especially with the owner of the property, before the other property could be pulled down. Of course, that property was linked to the one that got demolished or failed. And so we have to do a lot of legal process so that we can pull it down without any court issue. Currently, the issue is at the court and we are waiting for official clearance and we can go ahead. Yes, for the 16 structures, most of
I was here for your more mushi, Ewa Westminster no emu. Na ye do one of dear can 2DA primary school and prempring attach for a matter de and nessa says to cool then at a Muslim Esia Diano, Nanyama and Koye cry and fire and mat womo. One more did the fem and a mutre at dear. Now watch a chenny and if you headmaster wohonum and a modi any son sem. I'll come and penny for some baba ye emwa. Is it cool then for cry a jama womo.
Came here, we were using a blog very far from that place. The block was very, very wretched. The roofing was all spoiled. We were in the classroom. Most of the times we were under tree. And when it rained, we had it very tough teaching. And when the weather is like this and the wind is blowing, learning becomes very, very difficult. And then we had the support from the MP. So he came to innovate our previous classroom. And later we moved there. This building you are seeing now, it wasn't innovated at first. It was left ajar. But now when you came in and the support came, they have innovated it. Therefore, we moved from that place and came here. So we will say
Ne kwa mu na DC or West Munya for Richard Wulo one so e de niswan sem e kwa mampanyifo se dwumedi o mabedi e ade o mani so ye papa nti e ade a wo mo hwe ni so Oliver Twist ask for more amanfo nkoso a emedomo.
That furniture is an issue because we cannot hand over that magnificent building without furniture. We all the children need furniture to sit. We've realized that there's inadequate furniture in the school, and as I've told you, we are making plans within the shortest possible time. When the furniture is ready, definitely we will serve Kantu some of the furniture for the children to use. There will not be. There are some few furniture available, so we plead that they make use of that.
Yenko we kase no e wa santimantam bie eduru hodi a mensia south impesua so e na ye gina wo mra sebedwani e yo monyamfo eye nana ejebafo ewua wo kasa nso wo kai nanse wo sre empanyimfo se eye nkrata sema e wo diamond mines ne ho no wo momma enda di pefe no obia ente ne ho ase contract ye de she eye Yera Ibrahim Mahama, the Jumekuo Nensano, or any tress, Krata, Samono, Bibia Cototin, send a bear way and Cassen, a Catasumu, Subia, a woman, when young for Semini.
It is not really about the transfer of ownership. Let me put it this way, it's not about who it has been transferred to. We are not against local ownership, but we must also make sure that the state is getting value for money. The state is not being shortchanged. And so as much as we do not have a problem with the fact that it's going to a local person, we have to interrogate to make sure that the right thing was done.
Mothers FM. Yes,
South Marsebejeni, Unmonyamfo na ejebafo ewane ne kotie. Yefa kasie ni nsi hasei. Na ka se nonson pepe. Eni wa koto ampafu. The only yasantua in the house. So obondi anu ajeso ama Efia Vinicius. Oba betena se no the commentary papa aba besom. Ekwi ya kodie yabo asare eni midi mene.
Nana aba ejeba Meko George ade etumu aba fontentan fidie na eso na pamfo ewo hono sasna we dade pimpia ene egumu ema yesori so na agopama so ensem so abeto so semufo eye abena foku yeboa sabride yesori so